to find out who's in the game. How easy is it to find out and to see who's in the game? All you have to do is listen to music, turn on your internet, and you'll see who's in the game. We all know, everybody know about Vlad, right? Everybody know about Vlad. Niggas talk about Vlad the Informant. We know about Vlad. But what about his boy ADAM22, y'all? What about his boy ADAM22? Now, I watched No Jumper. Well, I used to watch No Jumper before it got a little bit too much gangy. Too much gang vibe, too much niggas talking about jail. Because salute. Well, let's talk about it now. Right? And you in Cali, so this is a good conversation because I need your input. Right? So I see that No Jumper Podcast is a podcast for mainly, I can't say only, but mainly this man interviews gang members. He has gang members beside him. He's interviewing gang members all the time. He even has gang members interviewing gang members. Now, who gave this white nigga the green light to interview? Why are y'all niggas so anxious to get interviewed and to rep your set on this man's podcast, bro? Now, I also heard another thing. I've heard that the FBI and the CIA are hiring and have hired and do have content creators that get information. Look at this man's podcast and who C-Mac is the number one nigga that go on his podcast. That's all we got to say. C-Mac got caught with the toast, did 5 days in jail. He was already on parole or probation, either one of those, and came home, y'all. This is the type of shit I'm talking about.
And the thing is like, you know, people are like, oh, well, Myron, you didn't tell us about your past before. Well, I didn't tell you guys about my past before because, you know, obviously I was involved with law enforcement, whatever. I was a former special agent of Homeland Security Investigations. And,
I like it.
I left that in December 2020. It was a great career. I really enjoyed it. I really didn't want to leave.
Did they come to you and say, you have to leave because your YouTube channel is becoming bigger?
They didn't say that exactly, but it was pretty much insinuated like, yo, you're what you're putting on YouTube is like not. Because like, yo, they want you to keep a low profile, right? You got to go out and testify. You have a clearance. You know what I'm saying?
You can't just show up and be a celebrity.
Yeah, you can't, man.
You know? I know you.
They blew for a little bit.
I was watching you talk about getting pussy last week.
Yeah.
Trying to fuck the judge.
Yeah.
Tell me how to fuck my court-appointed lawyer. Beat the case.
Yeah. So I left in December 2020, and I didn't talk about it for months because I was like, man, I got to figure out, because I thought about going back because I really enjoyed the job, man. You know, and it wasn't like crazy money. It was like a six-figure career annually, and it was a lot of fun. I started my career in Laredo, Texas, and I did like, Mexican cartel, drug investigations, human smuggling, human trafficking, all these types of cases, arms, all that other stuff. All the stuff you guys see on like Border Wars, I was doing those kinds of investigations, right? Oh, yeah. And it was fun, man. But like when all this stuff came out, people leaked my name. And if you leak my government name, like affidavit comes up for a case I did, and I was like, shit. So that people doxed me. So I was like, damn. Now I gotta come out and tell the truth. Now people make fun of me like, you're a fit. I was like, okay. People make fun of me like, you're a fit. I was like, okay. There's a whole different world, bro. Like, you know, I was like presenting cases, meeting with prosecutors, interviewing informants and witnesses and all this other stuff. It was a whole other world, bro. But it was fun, man. It was a great career. You know, it sucks that I like kind of had to leave, and then I had to like, you know, tell the truth about it. But you know, it is what it is. Now I'm here with Fresh, and we're doing a podcast. And I went from like dealing with crooks to kicking out bimbos. So I'm like, all right, well,
and we started, man. I felt subs, man, back in the day, bro. He was in his living room. I was in my bedroom doing it virtually.
Yeah, we were still working our jobs at the time too when we started off the podcast. Like I would like do my job and then like, I'd come in and do the podcast.
I'll say this.
I'm a Mason. Clear as day, he said he's a Mason. Now, here is an image that I found on Exodus Free Society where a young thug is at a lodge with the form or paperwork with the Freemason paperwork, and he's around a bunch of other young guys who clear as day seem to be Freemasons. You see Young Thug had his hands over his chest, and that's the Freemason hand sign. You see a little young boy in the red. See how he's standing? He's letting y'all know that he's up and coming. You know, he's not even standing with the same swag as the rest of them. That's just how it goes. And look at the very bottom. It says Sons of Mount Zion Lodge number 7 at Thugger at Little Duke 60.
Now, niggas want to point fingers and niggas want to say who's this or who's that. Let's take a look at these niggas, man. Before we start pointing the finger at one another, let's take a real good look at what's going on, y'all. These niggas is getting rich off of the indictments that y'all niggas is about to face.